it stops any holdbacks or it breaks down any barriers that you have in all forms of life. Hey guys, good morning. How are you doing? Steve Bewley here. Once again, my morning ride to the office. Just wanted to share with you some more of my morning thoughts. How is everybody today? Hope you're well. Getting through this COVID crisis day by day. We had some exciting things coming yesterday, which is great, and exciting projects that we're working on going forward. And so yeah, this one little thing popped in my mind yesterday when we were banding some ideas around about some projects and things like that, and it brought me back to when I was kind of just starting out and finding my feet with design and things like that, and still to this day. And it's really, in the early days I used to kind of worry what people thought, like especially like peers, other LDs in the industry, people who you work with and things like that. Are people going to say this? Are they going to say that? And then it kind of just hit me like a bolt of lightning one day, and then once I kind of adopted this philosophy, things just started to really develop in my business and really like move forward, and there was no limitations anymore. And that was basically just simply not giving a shit about what people thought. I felt like before I really found this and adopted this approach that I was restricting myself creatively. I was always thinking, oh, what will they think if I do this? Is it too radical? Do I have to stay very PC? Do we have to conform to rules that in design, like, oh well, if I do this, are people going to laugh at me, that kind of thing? But absolutely not. This industry is all based on massive creativity, and you'll see it time and time again that the top guys in the industry and girls, their creativity comes out, and then when they express themselves creatively, something amazing happens. And you've got to develop this I don't give a fuck attitude about what other people think, and actually just go for it, and actually just get out there and do what you want to do. And if it works, it's and some things don't work, but if it works, it's like this sense of achievement and the pats on the back and all that kind of thing are absolutely worth taking the risk for. And it's like you spend your life coming up with these ideas. Oh, will that look great? Will that look great? But just believe in yourself, like absolutely believe in yourself, and that you can pull these things off, and these things are going to look great. There's no such thing as a bad idea in my book. If you do something and it doesn't work, try and improve it. Just take the job in hand and actually improve that one idea if you can. Tinker with it. Switch some things around. Admit you were wrong, but move on, move sideways, instead of like just admitting defeat and then scrapping the whole thing. What can you change? What can you improve on if a thing doesn't go to plan? So like I said, there's no such thing as a bad idea, but you have to adopt initially when you're designing something. I don't give a fuck attitude. I don't give a shit, because that will help you massively going forward. And it's just paramount for me. And I took, once I adopted this in the way I approached the design, I kind of took this into every aspect of life, and then really it stops any holdbacks or it breaks down any barriers that you have in all forms of life. It stops you procrastinating and stopping yourself mulling things over. Oh, what will people think about me if I do this? What will it, just fucking do it. Like, get out there and do it, and who gives a shit what people think? At the end of the day, they're probably going to forget about it in 5 minutes anyway. Even if you make a dick of yourself, just laugh at yourself and then go, okay, screw it. You know, it's like, it's have the ability to laugh at yourself. It's you know, and actually don't take yourself too seriously, but at the same time be professional, and you know, and adopt these philosophies, and you will honestly, you will not find yourself holding back at all. And you know, if you're when you're first starting out, and you don't know where to start, and you don't know how to get on the ladder of building your portfolio and start climbing up to, you know, having a great looking portfolio and past experience, like project portfolio and things like that. You know, what's stopping you getting out there and just emailing all these people who could actually let you in and design a project? There's only yourself stopping you, you know, and that comes down to the I don't give a shit attitude. And you know, what's stopping you sending those emails out to management and tour managers and everyone else, like even artists, for God's sake? You know, you could email some sort of artists on a smaller scale because you probably reach them. I mean, these days we've got the beauty of social media. I wouldn't advise carpet bombing people on social media, but if you have a great design that you think could be applied to somebody's show and it would look fantastic, you have access to these people now. You know, it's very easy to find someone's email address or someone's social media where you can just send them a message and say, listen, I've got this great idea. It's not going to cost you anything to look at it. Can you please have a look at it? And, you know, what's the worst they can say is no. And that's, I mean, you have to get also, you know, point number two, you have to get used to taking rejection in this industry, but don't take it in a bad way. Look at it, if something gets rejected and an idea doesn't get taken on or something like that, you look at it, you go, right, how can we improve that for next time? You're continuously growing, you know, you have to continuously grow, continuously move forward. Even if something doesn't go right at some point, actually take it, look at it, analyze it, and then put it to one side and then build on that for the next time, you know. And you need to sort of keep analysing yourself going forward and kind of fail forward. I hate that phrase, but fail forward, and you know, that's the only way we're going to get to our goals. And you know, to get out there, meet people, find out who's involved. I mean, for God's sake, LinkedIn's a huge thing. You can Google people, to find out who's involved in certain jobs very easily. It's not hard. There's certain tools out there which I'll let you into on other videos, but how to find people's email addresses. You know, there's certain tools online that you can use to find people's email addresses just by typing in someone's name. It's not Google, but there's other secret, well, not secret, but tools online where you can find anybody's email addresses, you know, and it's generally for free. So you can do that quite easily, and then get out there and email people, you know, pick up the phone and call people, because this is a relationship industry, you know. People are buying from people want to work with people, and it's imperative that you know, you just start, you know, and adopt this attitude from the beginning. But don't be a dick about it, you know. There's a difference between arrogance, as I've mentioned in a different video, the arrogance attitude, and the, you know, I don't give a shit attitude, nothing's going to stop me to get where I want to be attitude. And you still have to be humble and, you know, be civil to people and play nice with people. Excuse me. You know, the most important thing in this industry is building your network, and nobody wants to work with an arrogant dickhead, let's face it. So, you know, you need to look at all of the above and, you know, just get moving, really. You know, like, write a list of, find all of it. For example, find the top festivals in the world, look at the bills, who are on those festival bills, write them all down, put them in a spreadsheet, start collecting information. Who are the management, who are the tour management, who, you know, what their social media is, and just email them and just ask them a question. this is if you're starting out, by the way. But I mean, you can do this at any time. There's no harm in actively going out there and seeking work, as opposed to just waiting for it to fall in your lap. You know, you have to be proactive as well. And it's a business at the end of the day, so you know, it's in your marketing yourself, and you know, all of that kind of thing. You have to adopt these business philosophies, as I've talked about in other videos. So just get out there and don't wait for anyone else to tell you that it's okay, because at the end of the day, there's you know, if you're waiting for someone else to tell you that you're now ready because you've now earned your stripes, chances are that's never going to happen, because somebody, I mean, there's, you know, if you imagine, well, we're all in competition for the end of the day, so nobody's going to tell you that you're now ready. You have to go out there and do it yourself, and get out and, you know, just make it for yourself. You know, if I can teach you anything, it's just go out there and take it for yourself, because nobody else is going to sit back and give you your career. Nobody's going to just go, you know, until you build a reputation and work is actively coming to you. Nobody's going to turn around and just go, oh, well, here's a band for you to work with, you know, here you go. You have to go out there and seek it yourself. And I was talking to some students recently, and a question came up about, like, you know, should we actively start approaching clients, bands, any kind of, you know, anybody who could potentially be a client that you could design a show for, or should we, you know, wait a little bit longer and get a bit more experience and all that kind of thing. And the thing is, like I just said, nobody's going to give you that. Like, you have to go out and get it yourself. So by all means, go out there and contact as many people as you possibly can, because again, throw enough shit against the wall is going to stick. And you know, say, you know, you email 100 people, you're going to get a bunch of responses from those 100 people. You just have to be committed to do that, you know, and actually just get out and get off your arse and do it, and not just wait for someone to tell you it's okay, because that's not what business is about. Business is about building yourself and actively being proactive and not reactive to the situation. So yeah, guys, that was just a little thing I wanted to share with you today. I hope it was some value. So adopt the attitude and get out there and do it, basically. And cool, I'm going to jump into some more projects this morning, and yeah, we've got a bunch of exciting things coming up, which is awesome. Things are starting to move in the world, which is fantastic. You know, we have a bunch of projects coming up all over the world, it seems. So it's not just certain parts either. So which is awesome. So okay, guys, I will catch you soon, and take care. See ya.